fatter than Homer Simpson, lamer than Miles Peterson, and more boring than your great Aunt Maribel. Only those words can fit Bersercules, the Berserk Herc. Oh yeah! Hi, I'm Bersercules, the Berserk Herc, and today I'll be reviewing Lois Lane number 14, story number 3, called Lois Lane's Secret Romance, featuring Supergirl. What kind of romance is this gonna be? Oh wait, its cover features Lois Lane dressed up as Batwoman, as Superman asks her if she loves Batman, to which she replies yes. Wait, so if you're in love with a hero, you're supposed to dress up as a female opposite? Hey Leslie, you better start dressing up as me!
Already am, sweetie.
So the story starts with a splash page that shows Lois rejecting the marriage proposal of the man she desperately wants. Ooh, I don't know about you guys, but I'm excited to find out why! Hee hee hee! So as the real story starts, Lois gets jealous seeing Superman with quote-unquote gorgeous hussies, and, is Soup trading a bunch of girls on surfboards? What the? Good usage of your time, Soup. I'm sure all the people that died today will love seeing that picture in the newspaper a few pages before their obituaries. Anyway, Lois, heartbroken, goes home to cry, leaving Linda, Supergirl Lee, to spy on her in her bedroom with her telescopic vision. This is gonna be a good story. Lesbians. So, does Supergirl just keep tabs on the going-ons in Lois's bedroom? Jeepers! Does she also watch her in the shower? And as Supergirl watches Lois pining for Superman, she thinks of how she's pining for a family to adopt her. Oh, yeah, because Supergirl lives in an orphanage, because Clark, Superman Kent, her only surviving family, doesn't want to adopt her and possibly wreck his secret identity. Super priorities! And then Linda Lee realizes that if Lois and Superman got married, they could adopt her. And then her eyes go white. What the fuck? Seriously, colorist? There's only 5 colors in that panel. You couldn't have added one more? Fucking lazy. So Linda Lee then, hey, there's blue in this panel. Seriously, colorist, you could have put some in her eyes. Jeepers. So Linda Lee then changes to Supergirl. Hey, her hair looks nice for just coming out from under a wig. Super hair must be really cool. That's probably many women's favorite superpower. And about 10% of guys. I wish I could fly, or was super strong, or could shoot laser beams from my eyes. Then I could stop crime and really be a hero. I wish my hair always looked perfect, because that would be so cool. The story then heads over to Clark, Superman Kent, as he drives home from his appearance as Superman. Why did he show up as Clark and then drive back as Clark? Couldn't he save time flying there and back? Huh. He mustn't have anything better to do. So as Clark drives down the backcountry road, Supergirl paints Lois's face on a billboard, and as Clark drives by, he is shocked to see it. Supergirl then blows off the paint at super speed, which leaves Clark Kent a bit confused and thinking he's seeing things. Shouldn't Clark, Superman Kent be able to see the paint fly off at super speed? He is Superman after all, and he can do stuff at super speed. Or is he using his super wits right now? Anyway. So as Clark continues down the road, Supergirl continues to put up billboards with Lois's face on them. It's good to know these stories don't always have to be about superheroes doing triumphant deeds, and can instead be about superheroes just fucking with each other. So as Supergirl continues super fucking with Superman, and keeps repainting the billboards with Lois's face, Superman jumps to the only logical conclusion: he must be in love with Lois Lane. 'Cause it's impossible for someone to be messing with him, or for weird picture aliens to be invading, or for him to be feeling the effects of red kryptonite, or any of that. It must be him not knowing his own mind. Super wits! So Soup, super in control of his feelings, with super presence of mind, makes a date with Lois, 'cause he's been seeing her face everywhere, and makes that date with Lois over the phone, 'cause who has time to show up and ask in person? Especially if you have super speed. So that night they meet up on Perry White's pleasure schooner and get ready to eat. But Supergirl, who's still spying on the duo, has to super secretly recook Lois's badly cooked food. With her X-ray vision? So her X-ray vision cooks meat? Has Superman been cooking people for years now? Has he left a string of dead, half-cooked criminals all over the world? What the fuck? Anyway, as Superman and Lois sit down to eat, Superman spots an emergency and rushes off to suck back a car from getting run over by a train. Soup uses super breath to suck a car towards him? What the fuck? That seems like the oddest way to use a power. I need to pull this car out of harm's way. Nah, I won't pick it up or anything. I'll suck it towards me. 'Cause that seems like the most effective way. Cheapers. That's just fucking silly. Wow, Superman. Wow. Superman super sucks. And I mean that both ways. Anyway, upon returning to Lois' dinner, he finds the food is cold and the dinner is ruined. Superman can fly so fast, he can break the time barrier and go into the past. And all he did was fly somewhere quickly and suck back a car off some train tracks before some fast-moving train hit it. He was only gone 10 seconds tops. How the fuck did their dinner get cold? This makes no sense. I can believe a man can fly. I can stand that Lois can't tell Clark Kent is Superman, despite working close with both of them. But food getting too cold to eat in seconds? What the super fuck? That just takes the cake and leaves it out in the rain. Holy super fuck! And couldn't he just reheat the food with his X-ray vision? I mean, what the heck? This is dumb. What would Superman be like without his super wits? So with their dinner ruined, they head out on deck, and Supergirl tries to get them together by using her super breath to push Lois so she'll fall into Superman's arms. But she blows too hard and knocks Lois overboard, and although Superman tries to catch her, he can't catch her in time, and she falls off the boat into the water. Does Superman not have super speed? Is he just faster than a speeding tortoise riding a slug? What the fuck? And better yet, how come neither seem to be able to use their powers properly? It's like this Super Gong show or something. And how super can Supergirl be if she can't control her blowing power? Anyway, Superman saves Lois from the water and tells her, "I was just about to propose, Lois, but not now. Your accident made me realize that if I married you, I'd spend the rest of my life rescuing you from one peril after another." What the fuck? You already knew that, Superman! Did you forget it and have to re-remember it? Are your super wits your kryptonite? 'Cause I thought kryptonite was your kryptonite. What the fuck? So Superman, being super fickle, decides not to ask Lois to marry him because he doesn't want to have to rescue her from one peril after another. Soup, you already rescue her from one peril after another. Nothing would change. Heck, it'd be easier to save her once you're married, because you wouldn't always have to hide your secret identity as you save her. I think I'd understand Superman better if I had super wits. So the next day, Superman goes to visit Lois Lane, and she gets flowers from Batman, which are again, actually the scheme of Supergirl. And along with the flowers, Lois gets an outfit, which she then puts on, between the panels, as Superman waits, I guess. And, so Supergirl secretly bought Lois Lane a skin-tight outfit? This is getting steamy. So Lois happily reads the note with the costume. So, some guy sending you a skin-tight costume seems appropriate? What? Can I send you a skin-tight Bersercules outfit? Would you wear it? 'Cause I'd like to see that. Anyway, enclosed with the package is a note from Batman asking Lois to marry her and be his Bat Queen. Bat Queen? What the fuck? So is Batman the king of bats? Jeepers! I don't think superheroes should be using cutesy language. And I'd have thought Batman would have proposed using weird clues or riddles. Or at least send her some bat shark repellent. And what kind of pussy proposes through the mail? So Batman's proposal to Lois then causes Superman to give up and leave, saying that he was going to propose again. Wow. For an action hero, he certainly doesn't act on much. And why was he going to propose again? Doesn't he remember the conclusion he came to last night? Super wits is the most complex superpower ever. So, that night, as Clark goes to bed, Supergirl softly whispers a post-hypnotic suggestion into his ear. When you awaken, Superman, you will propose. When you awaken, you will... Gosh, it's good to see superheroes super fucking with each other. Who wants triumphant battles against terrifying villains when we can have super marriage schemes and superheroes super fucking with each other? So of course, the next morning, Superman goes on a proposing rampage, proposing to girls everywhere. And finally, he proposes to Lois. Third time's a charm. But she refuses him, because she knows he's going around proposing to everyone. Lois, you could still say yes, and hold him to his word. Never mind, super plot convenience is getting in the way. So in the end, Superman confronts Supergirl about her interference, stating that the inaccuracies in the Batwoman costume are what tipped him off. Cause it's physically impossible for Batman to alter a Batwoman costume? What? And Superman is saved from being held to his word about the proposals because of his super luck and a production of King Solomon's 1000 Wives, which he was able to say he was promoting. Why wasn't the TV show Big Love about King Solomon? That would have been awesome! Anyway, Supergirl then learns her super lesson. So that's it. It's now the super end.